G'day hammerheads, welcome back to the bench, and today we are going to be taking a look at this big boy, just as soon as I figure out how to install the bloody battery. Oh boy, and so see that's actually a joke about the battery because, it's corded. I don't often, review. Here we have this gigantic Ryobi rotary hammer. So this guy is SDSplus. But it is about as big as an SDSplus drill can get. Now, I don't have many other corded hammers on this channel, but to give you an idea of what kind of class this thing is in, power-wise at least, what it can do, maybe not build quality, keep an eye on this big red guy as we go through the results. So this thing is cheap, it is pretty basic, and it feels a little brutal, to be honest. Very old school mode selector, so it is a 3 mode. It can do hammering only, hammer drilling by turning these switches here, but then we've got a secondary switch down here as well, so hammer drilling again, so you've got to have both of them on hammer drilling if that's what you want to do, and then drilling only. So basically just a real old school design there. If you use this, you'll be drilling like it's 1995. And if I just plug her in, cop this. She sounds like a little bit of a beast. So other than that, pretty standard big corded rotary hammer style thing. It looks like it has a bit of vibration dampening on here, but honestly, I cannot feel that moving at all. So one thing I noticed using this guy is that it may even have actually not even SDSplus, but SDS, which is the older version. So it'll only fit in one way. SDSplus will fit in 2 ways, 2 slots. It'll fit in that way or that way. It seems to only fit the one way while it's hammering. So if you get one of these guys, just give it a few tries, because I have gone to drill with this thing and she did not drill at all. So there you go. Has to go all the way in. And that is basically it in terms of features. It is fairly cheap. It's a fairly basic tool, but they've obviously had to do absolutely no R&D to develop this thing because it is a tried and tested design. The one thing you got to look out for, other than making sure you get the bit in the right way on the chuck, is there is no variable speed control at all. She goes from 0 to full speed with a click. So if you are trying to drill small holes with this guy, be very careful. You cannot ease it in. So she came in this big blow molded case, quite handy. A few drill bits up here. So if you are using this small one, that's 8mm, be very careful, even any of them, because she hits really hard and is really not the sort of drill you want to be doing 8mm holes with. But hey, if that's all you got, it's what you got to use. A couple of little chisels down there. Comes with grease, so that is for greasing up the chuck, but also in the lubrication port on the top here, there's a little wrench to undo the lubrication port. And look at that, you can actually see the back of the piston, which does the hammering. Check this out. And presumably this little booklet will tell you how often you're meant to do that part. Also comes with some spare brushes in case you got to replace them. And I guess the brushes are going to be under this cap under here. And also a little dust cup, what you stick on the end of your drill bits if you're drilling upwards. Catch a bit of the dust. Not that you want to be drilling upwards with this chonker. She is a heavy one. All right, so let's look at the specs. Here we are in chartreuse yellow. We've got the biggest of the Ryobis. So she is quite cheap, $179 dues. That's actually, I think, the cheapest hammer I've got on here. That's retail price anyway. The weight, 5.6 kilos. That is hands down the heaviest hammer we've got. Much heavier than even, say, the big Milwaukee, and the very big Bosches. Capacity 32mm or 1.25 inch, so that is as big as SDSpluses get, just like the biggest Milwaukee. Impact energy 5 joules. That is almost as big as SDSpluses get, the one exception being the big Bosch that we've seen a bit recently. So impact per minute 4400. So the impact power is 22,000 and RPMs 950. All right, so let's get drilling. Basically, I'm just doing the same test I do with every other rotary hammer I can get my hands on. First up is a 12 by 80mm going into 32 MPa concrete. Let's see how she goes. Alrighty, for the 12mm speed drill, let's see, where is she? Where is she? Alright. Pretty close to the front, pretty good. So this is basically what you would expect from a very large rotary hammer that's hitting quite fast. She is behind all the other really heavy hitters we've tested so far. The really big Bosch, the big Milwaukee, but you know, pretty respectable. She'll be drilling pretty fast, even though she drills pretty rough. Next test, 26mm or about an inch. Same depth, same concrete. And for that 26mm drill, well, there she is, kind of, where is that? Sort of in the middle? No, it's towards the end. But don't forget, the orders here will change because this is the maximum rated capacity. These guys are all drilling different sizes. So 48.64, this is in front of basically all of the 1-inch hammers. So that's pretty much all these guys back here. And it is behind, well, there's the big Bosch, quite a bit slower than the big Bosch. The other really big one on here so far is the big Milwaukee. So a fair bit slower than either of those. But you know, she still handled it fine. And not really that surprising given this is a very old style basic tool. Look, on paper it should be drilling a bit faster than this guy even, but you know, realistically that's not going to happen because it's a Ryobi and it is a really old design. And our final test is, not really a test, it's more of just a demonstration. So we whack her into hammer only mode, install one of these chisels, and basically just break up some concrete retaining brick. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I mean, it works. So I'm not really able to time that in a meaningful way, but you know, she breaks up concrete about as well as any other hammer this size that I've tested. So there you go, hammerheads. Honestly, she is a little bit of a rough ride, and you will need to be careful if you're trying to drill nice holes with this thing, because the lack of variable speed, she will get you if you just try and drill small holes or precise holes. She also weighs an absolute ton, but then, you know, you get what you pay for, don't you? It feels like quite a reliable tool. This is all alloy. This top part, this is all alloy. It may also get a little bit hot, so be careful of that if you're using it for a long time. But you know what, I reckon this thing is going to last a long time. I have seen 1 or 2 trades out in the wild using this guy as well, so if that's you, let us know in the comments how long this has lasted, how long you've used it for, all that kind of stuff, what you reckon. It's big, it's old school, it's not feature rich like a newer one, but hey, you get what you pay for, right? It's probably plenty durable, and it's going to be okay for bigger tasks, specifically if you're breaking stuff up, because, you know, like we saw with the big drilling test, she's a little rough on the concrete. But honestly, nothing wrong with that at all. If you're on a limited budget, if you don't know, even if you need a rotary hammer, you know, maybe this is a good choice because it's not going to cost you too much to find out. But then this is the only corded SDSplus that I've seen coming from Ryobi. So if you are looking for a smaller, better behaved, but still very good performing SDSplus from Ryobi, you're going to have to go the battery version. So we've seen this guy a couple of times on the channel. Very nice hammer. I think this is going to be a much more suitable tool for most users out there. Unless you're looking for something that's going to break up concrete or drill real big holes real fast, then that's your guy. Otherwise, this guy, if you've got the Ryobi batteries at least, it's going to be a lot more applicable to most of the users out there. Not least because it has variable speed control on the trigger. I never thought I'd be saying that as a plus in this day and age, but hey, they've gone for a real old school design on this one. Anyway, there you go, hammerheads. Hopefully that's helped. If you're in the hardware store wondering what the hell all these giant blocky things are doing, well, that's it. That's SDSplus. And if you're wondering what the hell SDSplus hammers can do, well, I've got about 100 videos about them now, so go check out those playlists. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll scratch yous later. God, that's loud.